Hi everyone, welcome to my new channel. This is Diana. My old channel, Nobel Scribe, is already on its last leg, so I'm splitting my whole forum into two categories. One where I'll do how-tos and, provide like educational services, and that's called Dia Dash. If you want to follow me there and subscribe, that would be cool. And I also have another one called Alpha 7 Media, which I set up for news, independent news source, and the stuff I was doing on Nobel Scribe. And that one won't be monetized. It will be like totally, like a spiritual channel, and people can decide which one they want to follow. But all the stuff that I learn and the how-tos and all that was inspired by the source and on the spiritual side. So I encourage everyone to subscribe to both channels. And yeah, this is ridiculous. They're really trying to come at everybody really harshly. If you talk about certain things, they try to flag you for everything. So that's fine. I'll still put up some content on this channel, and then put a video on that channel leading people to this new one. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that. But this video is going to be about like the whole hair dyeing craze. Everyone is like so mind controlled and not realizing like this stuff was in a lot of ancient stories, and you really have to be careful when you're following trends, because you follow evil and wicked type of entities regardless of what package they come in. You're going to follow them all the way down to hell. Okay, you see in the Gulf of Mexico that huge rage and fire. That's like a portal to hell. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, that's oil, that's this and that. I mean, you can have signs all over, and I guess for the disbelievers, I mean, I guess it's true when some people, admit that they're dead inside because you try to show them stuff and they don't want to hear you. But it's not all about, just being an individual or whatever. I'm going to put this article up real quick. I'm going to keep this short. This is more of like my first video on this channel, so I just wanted to put something together, and this came across my desk this morning, and I'm like, I can't resist, because I'm seeing girl after girl online dyeing their hair these funky colors, especially green. That's coming up recently. It's really gross, girls. You look like you have slime in your hair, your creator made you with the right tone for your skin tone. Your hair is perfect. Like, girls are willing to dye their hair out, and you have to bleach it many layers if you're a brunette just to get to this color. For what? Just a short amount of time, your roots grow out. You cannot violate natural law, go against nature, but everyone thinks they can. That's what happens when you believe you're your own God, okay? Because you're going to go down really hard, because this stuff is creeping into your scalp, it's messing you up, and you take on like a spiritual persona, almost like Halloween when you put on like certain masks and stuff. It kind of like you kind of feel like that character for the day, so pretty deep. But I'll read this. It says, frog programming. Well, I know there's ancient scriptures that talk about frogs being a symbol of unclean spirits, and we dissect a lot of symbology on this channel because it's well known that symbols, predated certain letters, and actually letters themselves are symbols. If you really analyze them, they are symbols, right? And we use that in communication. People use sign language. There's many things. You see the play button, or you see a triangle on an electronic, you know what it's for. You're programmed to know what does what, right? So this is considered frog programming. When you do this, I guess this particular color, I mean, they're all like, they all have their individual meanings, but I'll talk about the green here. We see pink, blue, purple. I guess it really doesn't matter, because you're like wearing like a wig or a mask, and it's like you're overlaying your true essence, and you're like a tree. I mean, would you spray paint a plant in your house? What do you think is going to happen to that plant? Do you think it's going to thrive? What do you think it's going to die? It's going to get sick and wither. What do you think happens to your scalp? This goes, into your skin. Everything's transdermal. Your skin is a sponge, so it crosses the blood-brain barrier and affects you. Frog programming is used to symbolize monarch slaves who are aquatic hunters. See monarch slaves. Monarch slaves are possessed by demons that speak the pre-flood world language. The language is a lost art that disappeared when Yahweh Almighty, I don't call him by that name, that's another trick. That right there is another name for, I guess, Lucifer maybe, one of the fallen. I go by Exodus 3:14, call on him, I call him Haya. That's what, in English, it says I am, in Hebrew it's Haya, I guess, or the other way around. I think there's another term for Hebrew. I guess in English it would be called Haya. And the ancient Indians used to chant to that, right? The Native Americans. Okay, so the original creator, we'll just say for today, scattered the people during the building of the Tower of Babel. Yes, the God of Moses, Isaac, Abraham, Jacob, Enoch. Maybe that would be easier to say. I'll say it that way. In the post-flood world, see spiritual significance of crystal. A lot of people are into crystals. Careful with that. I'll have to do a video on that, break that down. And confuse their language. Genesis 2. Genesis 11. From that time, the different languages of the world were born. Slaves who are demonically possessed mimic the rhythms, the properties, I can't talk today, I'm sorry, I have a stiff neck, I'm getting better, of amphibians, and are required to hunt mermaids, mermans, and other aquatic hybrids, communicate with them physically, and lure them onto the surface where they would be captured for experiments. A frog is an amphibian, a creature that can live both on land and in water. We have a lot of sirens, sightings, and mermaids. A lot of videos are up on YouTube. Check that out. Check out the one with the carp with a human face. That is a really weird video. I actually could put that up too. Because a lot of these beings are still in existence, and they're really evil, and they're scary as hell. And people just don't understand the magnitude. I see people dyeing their children's hair. Looking like clowns and stuff, all like mesmerized. They're all like bug-eyed and stuff, When you see somebody under a psychosis or like a madness, their eyes get really wide-eyed. Yeah, so be careful. Well, that's figuring itself out. It says the mascot identifier of aquatic hunters is green hair. Let's take a look at some of them. We got Kesha. We got Angelina Jolie. See, everyone's like a bunch of monkeys. Like, everyone's like, oh, I'm such an individual. I am so original. No, you're like copying, like, monkey see, monkey do. It's actually more original nowadays to be your natural self, because everyone is subscribed to this madness. So you're actually different now, just doing less, which is great, Less pressure to even keep up with all these stupid trends. You're wasting all your money, and you look silly. This is not an upgrade from their original color. And these are all sellouts. If you don't know about the dark side of Hollywood, then, yeah, I can do videos on that too. If you stumbled upon my channel, you're going to hear a lot of stuff, because this stuff is so prevalent, and people do not even understand that we are creatures of habit, and we like to just do what the next person's doing blindly. This artist I've seen before. I don't know who this is. Doe Deer in an advertisement for brand Locket Ships Sparkling Sea Collection. People got to see the beauty, the art of patterns, and how, oh, it can't be a coincidence. Well, the word coincidence has the word coincide, which means to connect. So that's another interesting term they try to use on you. But very interesting how everybody falls in line and does the same thing. As if like they're in the same club or cult or, fraternity, and they understand the meaning and they know why they're doing it, and you're just doing it because like a sad little, desperate fan, which no one should be fawning over another person. Yeah. Those are the ones who just blindly go out and fry the shit out of their hair to look like this creature. This one's already been exposed to been born a male. Most of them are. That's why they look so hard and they act so mannish. And then you got the so-called men acting so female. You'd be surprised at the genetic engineering at the highest level trickling down to everyday life, as if the rich people weren't already doing that, because they're raised in Illuminati, satanic, Luciferian families. And so they have a reason to do this. And, at least they get a payday even though they're going to burn for it. I mean, like, why are you doing it? Just to feel cool, but you look silly, and whatever malevolent force is controlling them is going to start controlling you. You might find that you can't sleep as well, or you're more anxious, or more aggressive, or just, you might feel different even. Yeah, these people look real wholesome. Look at the horns. I don't want to follow that shit. These people don't even look right. This person looks vacant. Lourdes Leon is in this. Madonna, Dawn over there, his daughter or son, I don't know. They are very suspicious. They are called Decepticons for a reason, so I'm not just trying to be weird. We live in a twilight zone, so it is a weird topic. There's no way to say it, lovingly and, eloquently. So forgive me if I stumble to find the right words to say, because my brain is heavenly trying to compute. How can I say this without sounding completely ridiculous? Taylor Swift, 1989 is 666 encoded. 1 plus 8 equals 9. 999 flips to 666. 666 is the number of the name of the beast. The number of man, the beast, the devil in human form, the spirit. So they're emulating that, and it doesn't matter what they say or how many foundations they go to. They ascribe to some type of law of balance. Like, they do so much evil, the law of karma. So they have to put out some good, even though if it's a fake good and they don't even really want to do it. They feel like they have to, or like they're going to be tormented more. Not to say they're not already tormented. I mean, you see them shaving their heads, going crazy and losing their minds, and going from seemingly sweet when they come into the industry to gain your trust, and then they flip around and do some crazy propaganda like Juvenile's doing today with that whole vax that thing up video that's how, everyone who follows that bozo is going to be like, oh, well, this person's doing it, let me do it too. Well, alright. And you're going to have the same consequences, and it's going to be more than having your hair fried. You want it this short when you're bald. And look how this person looks out there. They just, they look very compromised. Then they come in lying in the industry saying, I'm a Christian. Well, we'll do more videos on Christians because they are, I guess, they're evil. Anyone who has a cross or any of that, think about rock bands and all those Luciferian dark people. They wear crosses too. Ooh, there you go, Jared Leto. So it's all the same cult. You got the light side, the black side, angels, or devils appearing as the angels of light. They come at you like they're bright stars, but they want to drag you down to the abyss. That's what they're paid to do. If you didn't know that, man, you got to get hip, If you're on my channel, I'm going to feed you soul food, because that's more important than actual food. Because this stuff has gotten people tore up. I see people walking around like crazy clowns with this bull. I see people in their 50s dyeing their hair this color. Women, you should be ashamed of yourself, because young women are watching you and thinking that's acceptable, and it's not a good look. This person is definitely a boy, but, let them try to cite me with something, because let them deny it, because it's pretty obvious. And a lot of them did come out already and say what it is, but they can come out and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, but people will still love them, because people love what will kill them. People don't like what's good for them. You try to tell them every day. They don't want to hear it. They hate you for it. you know. But this is for the people that got the mentality and enough brain cells left and haven't been compromised enough to actually be like, maybe there is something to this and I'll check it out. And that is kind of strange how they all kind of follow the same wavelength, right? Like all of a sudden they got the memo, oh, this is the color of the year. Like, where's that at? Okay, look at this one looking vacant. Where's the spirit? The eyes are the window of the soul. Where's the soul in that? There ain't no soul. This person's become robotic. They're all robots, and they want you to become that too. This one, just, even with the little fake, smirk, it's nothing. This one's completely gone. Just there to deceive you, make you do vile things. That's what they all do. I mean, what do they do that's so cool? They act so awful. And people think that's worthy to emulate. I'm sorry, guys, not. Let me just show you these crazy entities. Yeah, look, I didn't even have to, put much up. This is so crazy. But, yeah, you gotta check that out. I mean, you see this entity? I won't even play it because they're so weird. But, a lot of people have different opinions. I don't know about this one, but you just don't know because we've been so desensitized watching movies and stuff that, you could just see some crazy shit, in the water or walk around, you're like, oh, no, you won't even believe what your eyes are seeing. But a lot of people have footage and stuff, so the stuff is really deep because a lot of these entities, in mythology and stuff, and a lot of these weird bloodlines, they intermixed with the human race. And there's been a lot of genetic experiments, like this medical agenda coming up. Be careful. There's a lot of DNA in that stuff. No one even cares to think about what the hell's in there exactly. So just be smart, be well. This was just gonna be short. Be careful with your hair. Your creator made you perfect as you are. You need to nourish your scalp. Isn't it better to have great texture and let your hair just flow like a beautiful tree in its leaves without putting all that junk? I mean, you see women in the islands, their hair is so long. They use coconut oil and all these wonderful nourishing oils. If you work with nature, it will thank you 100-fold. And also with your body because you came from the earth. So it's like putting graffiti on yourself. You're vandalizing yourself when you do that. This person looks lost, they did so many bad things. I don't know if anybody's seen them. They had a video drinking their own piss. Yeah, really cute. They're forced to do this stuff. It's all initiation, trauma, mind control, MK Ultra if you haven't heard of it. Degradation rituals they have to do sometimes, live performances to be embarrassed. And yeah, you may get a check for that after, but you gotta think about what you did. And that shit weighs really heavy on your soul and your spirit until you're nothing but a shell. And yeah, you may feel like you're a pretty shell, but a shell nonetheless, and that's pathetic. And then after a while, looks fade, right? What happened to the insides that count? What happened to you can be the best looking person, but if you act like shit and do stupid shit, you're supposed to be judged by the content of your character, not the color of your skin, nor of your hair. So you should be okay with your natural color then, because it would actually look better with your eyebrows. What, you're going to start dyeing your eyebrows? I mean, we can see what your hair color should have been. Okay? So it just looks like you got a mask on, and it feels like you're hiding yourself, and people can't trust you as much. People put all to do with this, and then expect people to just trust them wholeheartedly. I don't think so. Let's see, is this some type of article that could be useful? WordPress. Sometimes they take it down after because it gets a lot of exposure. They don't want people. Oh, see how they are? The authors. Must have been a really good article. Because it'd be like that, if you don't catch it quick. That's why I try to put these videos up, even though they try to ban me, because you're like, okay, you don't know how much this content can be available. I can only print out so much stuff. I wouldn't want to kill enough trees to print out all this stuff because it's just so much. So I like to record them too.